Matthew chapter 12. And at that time Jesus went on to the Sabbath day through the corn, and his disciples were hungered, and began to pluck the ears of corn and to eat. But when the Pharisees saw it, they said unto him, Behold, thy disciples do that which is not lawful to do upon the Sabbath day. But he said unto them, Have you not read what David did when he was an hungered, and they were with him? How he entered into the house of God, and did eat the shewbread, which was not lawful for him to eat, neither for them which were with him, but only for the priest. Or have you not read in the law how that on the Sabbath day the priests in the temple profane the Sabbath and are blameless? But I say unto you that in this place is one greater than the temple. But if you had known what this meaneth, I will have mercy and not sacrifice, you would not have condemned the guiltless. For the Son of Man is Lord even of the Sabbath day. And when he was departed thence, he went into their synagogue, and behold, there was a man which had had his hand withered. And they asked him, saying, Is it lawful to heal on the Sabbath days? That they might accuse him. And notice it's Sabbath days, not just day, that they might accuse him. And he said unto them, What man shall there be among you that will have one sheep, and if it fall into a pit on the Sabbath day, will he not lay hold on it and lift it out? How much more then is a man better than a sheep? Wherefore it is lawful to do well on the Sabbath days. Then saith he to the man, Stretch forth thine hand. And he stretched it forth, and it was restored whole, like as the other. Then the Pharisees went out and held a council against him, how they might destroy him. But when Jesus knew it, he withdrew himself from thence, and great multitudes followed him, and he healed them all, and charged them that they should not make him known, that it might be fulfilled which was spoken by Isaiah the prophet, saying, Behold, my servant whom I have chosen, my beloved, in whom my soul is well pleased. I will put my spirit upon him, and he shall show judgment to the Gentiles. One more time. I will put my spirit upon him, and he shall show judgment to the Gentiles. He shall not strive nor cry, neither shall any man hear his voice in the streets. A bruised reed shall he not break, and smoking flax shall he not quench, till he send forth judgment unto victory. Till he send forth judgment unto victory. Till he send forth judgment unto victory. And in his name shall the Gentiles trust. Then was brought unto him one possessed with a devil, blind and dumb. And he healed him, insomuch that the blind and dumb both spake and saw. And all the people were amazed, and said, Is not this the son of David? But when the Pharisees heard it, they said, This fellow doth not cast out devils, but by Beelzebub, the prince of the devils. And Jesus knew their thoughts, and said unto him, Every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation, and every city or house divided against itself shall not stand. And if Satan cast out Satan, he is divided against himself. How shall then his kingdom stand? And if I be Beelzebub, Matthew 12:27. And if I by Beelzebub cast out devils, by whom do your children cast them out? Therefore they shall be your judges. Once again. And if I, by Beelzebub, cast out devils, by whom do your children cast them out? Therefore they shall be your judges. So he's promising that their children will be able to cast out devils and be able to judge their Pharisaical parents. But if I cast out devils by the Spirit of God, then the kingdom of God has come upon you. But if I cast out devils by the Spirit of God, then the kingdom of God is come upon you. Or else how can one enter into a strong man's house and spoil his goods, except he first bind the strong man, and then he will spoil his house? He that is not with me is against me, and he that gathereth not with me scattereth abroad. Wherefore I say unto you, all manner of sin and blasphemy shall be forgiven unto men, but the blasphemy against the Holy Ghost shall not be forgiven unto men. And whosoever shall speaketh the word against the Son of Man, it shall be forgiven him. But whosoever speaketh against the Holy Ghost, it shall not be forgiven him, neither in the world to come. Either make the tree good and his fruit good, or else make the tree corrupt and his fruit corrupt, for the tree is known by its fruits. O generation of vipers, how can ye, being evil, speak good things? For out of the abundance of the heart the mouth speaketh. A good man out of the good treasure of the heart bringeth forth good things, and an evil man out of the evil treasures bringeth forth evil things. But I say unto you, that every idle word that man shall speak, they shall give account thereof in the day of judgment. For by thy words thou shalt be justified, and by thy words thou shalt be condemned. Then certain of the scribes and of the Pharisees answered, saying, Master, we would see a sign from thee. But he answered and said unto them, An evil and adulterous generation seeketh after a sign, and there shall be no sign be given to it but the sign of the prophet Jonas. For as Jonas was 3 days and 3 nights in the whale's belly, so shall the Son of Man be 3 days and 3 nights in the heart of the earth. The men of Nineveh shall rise in judgment with this generation, and shall condemn it, because they repented at the preaching of Jonas. And behold, a greater than Jonas is here. The queen of the south shall rise up in judgment with this generation. The queen of the south shall rise up in judgment with this generation. One more time, and this was 2007. I kept opening up to the queen of the south. The queen of the south shall rise up in the judgment with this generation, and shall condemn it. For she came from the uttermost parts of the earth to hear the wisdom of Solomon, and behold, a greater than Solomon is here. Now, this can be very interesting, because Sheba the Ethiopian and her Ethiopian children who were holding the vessels for the last temple. It becomes very, very interesting that the queen of the south, Queen of Sheba, comes back, the Ethiopian, in the end, in Judgment Day. Okay, and it may be this may be the Lord certifying that what they have and what they've been protecting, and what someone consecrates his life to sit in with these temple things, and it's a great honor. This may be a part of that. Okay, and the matters of the things in the temple. Okay. Okay, now, when the unclean spirit is gone out of a man, he walketh through dry... This is very interesting. Right after this, right after the Queen of Sheba reference, he goes to talk... Okay, he's talked about Jonas, and Nineveh repented, and Jonas was upset. He went through all this stuff, and he said, okay, I'll do what you want. You know, also he's equating Jonas to himself, and he goes to the garden and says, take this cup away from me. I really didn't want to do this. I mean, you know, we have an understanding Lord. There's one greater than Jonas is here. The queen of the south shall rise up in judgment with this generation, and shall condemn it. For she came from the uttermost parts of the earth to hear the wisdom of Solomon. Behold, a greater than Solomon is here. All right. When the unclean spirit is gone out of a man, who walketh through dry places, seeking rest, and findeth none. Then he saith, I will return into my house from whence I came out. And when he is come, he findeth empty, swept, and garnished. Then goeth he, and taketh with himself 7 other spirits, more wicked than himself. And they enter in and dwell there, and the last state of the man is worse than the first. Even so shall it be also unto this wicked generation. While he yet talked to the people, behold, his mother and his brethren stood without, desiring to speak with him. Okay, so this is a favorite Protestant verse, because his mother and his brothers. Okay, and I'd like to know what the Hebrew translation of this is too, because Christendom is separated by this verse too. Then one said unto him, behold, thy mother and thy brethren stand without, desiring to speak with thee. But he answered and said unto him that told him, who is my mother, and who are my brethren? And he stretched forth his hands toward his disciples, and said, behold my mother and brethren, for whosoever shall do the will of my Father, which is in heaven, the same is my brother and sister and mother. Hallelujah. And of course, Mother Mary did his will all the way from the point of when he sent Gabriel to say, I'm going to start growing in your womb. She did his will. So